Cows might get tuberculosis because of all the badgers.
You can't shoot them. Nope. Gas them. Nope. You don't just hit it with a hammer.
No, you absolutely do not just hit it with a hammer.
My next plan, a restaurant.
You can eat cock.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review, my thoughts and my impressions on the second season of Clarksons Farm that has just been released on Amazon Prime just yesterday. Now, it's my intention to try and binge watch the whole show yesterday and try and get a review up for you guys as soon as possible, hopefully on the first day. However, I didn't get a chance to finish them all. So I've managed to watch the final 2 episodes this morning, and I'm now ready to give you my thoughts on the second season. Now, the first season of Clarksons Farm that was released last year was one of the surprise shows of the year, certainly for me and probably certainly for many of you as well. Now, I personally have always been, well, not always, but I'm a fan of Jeremy Clarkson. I loved Top Gear. I love the Grand Tour, and if you watch this channel and follow this channel, you know that I've covered every single season and special of the Grand Tour on this channel. And if you are interested in checking any of those out, there is a playlist dedicated to the Grand Tour. So when Clarksons Farm first came out, I didn't know what to expect because it felt like something completely new for Jeremy Clarkson. However, it turned out to be an absolute gem of a show. It was fantastic, it was funny, it was heartwarming, it was emotional, and it shined a light on the plight and difficulties of the farming industry in the UK at the minute. So I've been eagerly anticipating season 2. Now, there has been some question in the UK over Jeremy Clarkson's recent conduct over a comment he made in one of his newspaper columns. I'm sure you are aware of it. So there was some people calling for his head and for this show to be axed and everything Clarkson does on TV to be axed and him to be sacked. And well, it doesn't look like that is taking place. I think Amazon know that they've got a unique personality here with Clarkson. So we have got the second season of Clarksons Farm. And what do we get here? Well, we get another 8 episodes, if you like, another season on the farm that focuses this time on different things. Now, last time it focused very much on Jeremy Clarkson being a rookie and learning many of the things for the first time. So much of this second season, it doesn't necessarily cover all ground. So the first episode, for example, it does cover the harvesting, but it doesn't go into it in great depth, whereas, the last season, it was a huge chunk of that show, if you like, the harvesting to a large degree. The first episode, really, he tries to come up with a plan because the farm just wasn't profitable last year. It made no money at all, really. So he decides he has now got rid of the sheep, and he's decided now to become like a cow farmer. He's got this great idea in his head that he's going to fertilize the ground by getting chickens, and the chickens will then eat and the worms from the cow pats. The cow pats will go into the soil and make the soil really rich, and all this kind of stuff. So it's a very, very good idea, he thinks, getting a load of cows in, but he'll also breed the cows and slaughter cows, because his second idea in it is to open a restaurant on the farm. The sheep barn, if you like, that is no longer needed, he wants to turn into a restaurant that will bring profits to the farm. So the episodes go on and on. He continues coming up with ideas for the restaurant, ideas of things to grow on the farm. He comes up with the ideas of chilies, which is a particularly humorous episode because he's growing loads of different chilies on the farm. You kind of see the final product. He's growing like ghost peppers and all sorts. And he takes these chilies to like a chili specialist who cooks chilies and puts them in jars and things. And that's very, very funny. And you do get a clip of that on the trailer sort of thing. You get to meet him with getting his cockle and hens and these new like paddocks kind of things that he's putting them in, which are really, really cool. And then he's got to kind of work on the locals because he's not very popular for a number of reasons where he's living. The locals are all very local, should we say, and then don't particularly like Jeremy bringing all this attention on the countryside and their little haven of paradise, as they may look at it. So for him to get planning permission for his restaurant and things like that, he's got to try and wing over the locals. So, you know, he sponsors the local football team, he's donating seeds and things to different areas. He's really working hard to try and win back the locals' trusts and all this kind of stuff. So you see him throughout the show trying to do that. You see him and Caleb being invited to an awards ceremony for what they did in the first series of Clarksons Farm. As I said, shining the light on the farming industry. That's quite fun. He comes up with another idea to make crisps out of the potatoes on the farm. Yeah, you see again in a little bit in the trailer, he has quite a serious accident with one of the potato slices, turning them into crisps. And that's another kind of plan that goes awry later on in the episodes. But you know, he's what I really like about Jeremy is he's trying to come up with different and innovative ideas to kind of make profits for the farm in the shop, restaurant, all these kind of things. So you've got to give him credit for that. You know, he's really trying to make this work. And then we get the light in this season shined on the local council where he lives. Now, his attempt to try and get planning permission for everything that he's doing, and you know what I mean, and it seems like the barriers are being put up all over by the local council, and they really do come off badly in this show. And to be honest, anybody watching this is going to look at this local council and think they are completely and utterly useless at their jobs and very biased. And it shouldn't be like that. A local authority should be able to judge things by their merits and not over like personal vendettas or whatever that councils may have against Clarkson. So they come off really terribly in this show, I have to say. Which is probably what Clarkson wanted, to be honest. So hopefully, when we get a season 3 of this, maybe, you know, somebody stepped in and really put the council to rights, because what they're doing is really terrible, just basically refusing everything that Clarkson's after. And then it kind of rounds off the series with, you know, hopefully his plans coming to fruition. And the chaos that ensues with everything. So I genuinely think this is a real success for season 2. I didn't know whether it would be just as impactful as the first one, and arguably maybe it isn't in some people's eyes, but I really liked it because it focused on different things this season. It didn't focus on the same things. Caleb still stood out. You've got Cheerful Charlie, you've got Gerald, you've got all the crew back, and Lisa, his girlfriend, everybody there. You see some old faces coming back, like the vet and people like that, and other faces coming back. And to be honest, I think it's a wonderful show, this, you know what I mean? And it really does bring to attention the hard work that farmers, certainly in this country and all over the world, really put in to try and make their farms a success in such difficult times. So if you enjoyed Clarksons Farm Season 1, you are absolutely going to enjoy Clarksons Farm Season 2. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really can't wait for Season 3. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of Clarksons Farm Season 2, and I will be back with loads more content and reviews on the channel very soon.